What's up everyone, I'm Dan and thanks to Ratalaika Games for the review code for Scurge Hive on the Nintendo Switch. Scurge Hive originally released on the Game Boy Advance and Nintendo DS in 2006, and it is revived on the Nintendo Switch with a handful of welcome quality of life additions. It's a game that wears its influences proudly, and from the very first minutes, the Metroid comparisons are impossible to ignore. You take on the role of Genosa Armor, a tough-as-nails bounty hunter sent to investigate a research station that's been completely overrun by a mysterious alien virus known as Scurge. Naturally, things go wrong and Genosa herself becomes infected. What follows is a tense sci-fi adventure as you battle your way through infected labs, malfunctioning machinery and alien creatures while racing against an ever-ticking infection meter that constantly threatens to end your mission and your life. At its core, Scurge Hive is an isometric action-adventure that sits somewhere between Metroid Fusion and Mega Man Battle Network. It mixes exploration, shooting and light puzzle solving in a tightly connected series of maps. Unlike a typical side-scrolling Metroidvania though, this game opts for a tilted top-down camera that gives it a unique feel but also introduces some frustrations. The controls never quite feel intuitive as they should, moving diagonally, especially during platform sections, can feel clunky, and combat often demands precision that the perspective doesn't easily allow. Still, when the game clicks, there's something genuinely compelling about it. The infection timer gives every moment a sense of urgency. You will need to find decontamination stations scattered throughout each area before the timer runs out, forcing you to plan your routes carefully and manage exploration with survival in mind. It's a brilliant concept that occasionally tips from tension into frustration, especially during longer puzzle sections, but it ensures you're never bored. Combat is equally distinct. Genosa's weapon follows a kind of rock paper scissors logic. Some are more effective against specific enemies, while others can accidentally make them stronger. Switching between weapons is thankfully simple thanks to a streamlined menu system, and figuring out which weapons work best in each situation adds a welcome layer of strategy. Boss fights in particular are standout moments, massive screen-filling monstrosities that demand pattern recognition and patience rather than brute force. The Switch version of Scurge Hive doesn't reinvent the experience, but it does add some thoughtful enhancements. Save states and rewind functionality let you tackle tricky sections without the headache of restarting from scratch, and optional turbo modes help cut down on backtracking. There are also retro-inspired screen filters that mimic the look of the original GBA hardware, plus a gallery mode with concept art and packaging scans, nice touches for longtime fans. The pixel art that was impressive in 2006 remains. The isometric environments are dense with detail from flickering computer terminals to bubbling pools of infection. Genosa's animations are slick and enemy designs strike satisfying balance between grotesque and mechanical. The soundtrack too carries that classic handheld energy. Electronic beats, sound effects and eerie ambience give the whole adventure that pulpy sci-fi edge that perfectly complements its atmosphere. That said, Scurge Hive feels very much like a game of its time. The pacing can be uneven, backtracking can drag, and the infection mechanic sometimes works against the player instead of enhancing the tension. The controls, while serviceable, never feel fully modern, and anyone expecting Metroid levels of polish may find the experience stiff and dated. But for those willing to embrace its quirks, there's still a lot to love here. Its isometric gameplay may not be for everyone and its controls take some getting used to, but once it clicks, it delivers a tense, atmospheric journey with real charm. For fans of retro sci-fi or those looking to dig deeper into Metroidvania history, it's absolutely worth the trip, infection meter and all. Scurge Hive is out now on the Nintendo eShop, priced at $14.99 in the UK and the US. Big thanks to you all as always for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button, and until next time.